Our next presenter is from Spain, Barcelona. Maria del Mar, Mary of the Sea, is coming over to try and build bridges between the sailors in the Mediterranean and the sailors of the Nordic countries. She's part, when it goes to classics, she's part of the race crew of the iconic ketch, which was built for Lord Dunraven in 1894, Cariad. But her sailing goes from a member of being the Olympic squad in Spain to co-founding and managing the SailGP team for Spain that won. And the youth and the Women's America's Cup, it goes on and on and on. And Maria, the sailors of Spain are missing you because we have you.
Great. So, it's a pleasure being here. Nastic Sports Academy is about preparing the youth for the day after. Because once the competition ends, there is a day after, and we have to prepare them for what is coming. I don't know how many of you have seen this film. When I went to the cinema, I told my father, hey, you know what? I'd love to win the America's Cup one day. I couldn't imagine that 30 years later, the team that I co-founded, the Spanish Impulse, that went to the Youth America's Cup, they would actually win the SailGP championship in beating, sorry Peter, Australia's 3 years dominance. So we were really happy about that, but the most important thing is that after the competition, they already had a day after. So this is the important part, building always a path for the day after. For those who don't know what is SailGP, although I'm sure that you all know what it is, the fastest racing circuit, global championship, 13 cities, 13 teams, foiling catamarans, lots of grandstands. So it's really an amazing competition. So really proud of having that achieved. No? But let's go back to year 2000. So I faced a difficult decision. Should I go to the Olympics, as my crew did in Athens, or should I study? I had applied for a double degree in law and economics, so I didn't know what to do. In the end, I decided to give up education because I thought that I didn't have like a clear path of what was going to happen after the Olympics. But then Jordi Chamar, an Olympic medalist, came into the scene. And he told me, hey, Maria, I want to go to the Olympics. I want to go to the America's Cup. And then I felt myself reflected. And I said, OK, I'll help you, but if you don't drop your studies. So that was the rule. We had other rules. We founded then the Spanish Impulse. They all had the rule of not dropping their studies. If not, I could intervene in the sports decision and decide who could sail or not. If not, I couldn't. And then we went to the Bermuda, to the Youth America's Cup. Nobody thought that we will win or we will reach the final line, but we did. With a very small budget compared to the other competitors, we were close to win. We didn't win at that moment. But then I realized that that team was really amazing. So I should keep supporting them at least until they wanted. So then SailGP came into the scene. We went to the grand final. We told Sir Russell Coates, hey, we would love to have Spain as the next nation in the competition, because it was not at that moment. No? So it seems that what we could for him, we brought the Spanish one, and I believe that was the key, because 3 months later, he called us saying, hey, the Chinese team is dropping from the competition. Would you like to join? So it was a difficult decision because it was year 2000. All the team was willing to go to the Olympic Games, but we did. So we said yes. We said, OK, let's then see how we managed to do that. So 1 month later, we will fly into New Zealand, and then by February, we were flying to Sydney to compete with no credentials, no Olympic medals, no professional sailors. So it was a real challenge. On my side, I was appointed CEO, so the only female non-professional sailor with all those great stars, and then, yes, I was there. But this is also when I realized that you can also remain in the industry with the right education. This is why I really try to support sailors to keep studying. No? So we used the pandemic year to try to as well, like to promote our sport, bringing the King of Spain to sail with us, which was very nice, although the following day we capsized, and well, he gave me a call saying, hey, all the team is okay, and he has been following the team pretty much. And then by year 2021, in that case, because of COVID, medals started coming. So the members of the team, they got medals in Tokyo, in Paris. I remember Diego Botín, who got the gold medal in Paris. In Tokyo, he was 4th, tied on points with the 3rd. So when I asked him, hey, how are you? No? So that was a top result. But then he said, you know what? We still have SailGP. So that was the objective. So we had built, and this is the purpose, no? So we had built that path for the athletes, so they could also have something else. So after that, we said, okay, we have everything, but what if we replicate that story, but also with other international nationalities? So this is where we founded Nastic Sports Academy, which is a campus in Barcelona, where you can study, you can train, you can compete at the highest level. Everything is built around the athletes. So you have the nutritionist, the physios, psychologists, everything, coaches. Then you have also other sports. Some of them, they are more professional than others. So it is also very important for us to learn and to see what can we do better in sailing in order to become like the football national, at least, sport in Spain. No? So also, I would like that to be like a place to think big. So what can they do more? So what can they do to remain also in the industry? If they want to go to the Olympics, go for it. If not, we will show them different paths. Because there are plenty of paths, but maybe they don't know that. So for instance, when I was sailing this summer, no, and I met John with the Cariad, how many times we would be willing to have talented people on our boats? But then maybe we don't find the people, we don't have, or they don't have the knowledge. So this is where this project comes. So let me introduce you now to that first cohort, because we just started, so we have 5 nationalities. I'm still missing women and people from the Nordics as well, or for everybody that would like to join. So I hope that in 5 years you will invite me again, and I will explain you the day after, and that we will all enjoy with that new generation of sailors. Thank you very much.
Wow, okay. Well, if that doesn't inspire you, go and see the doctor. There's something wrong with you. Thank you, Maria.